Hi, my name is Mark and I've been friends with Paul and Becca and family for over 15 years. Together with my wife and little girl, we lead a Icon campus in Sheffield. We've also got locations in Chesterfield, Derby and Rotherham. I just wanted to share a thought with you guys on your CoronaCast that I've been talking to our church community about. And it's the idea that although we're not in plan A, doing church online and meeting and connect groups online is not the plan that we really had in mind when we started building church. It's not the way forwards that we envisaged. It's not how we thought that the gospel would move through us. It's still possible for Jesus to be made known, for his name to be glorified, and for people's lives to be transformed by the message that he loves them, that he cares for them, and that his grace can provide a way for them. You see, the Holy Spirit is the same, still working, still causing people to have that fresh revelation of him, despite all the situation that we find ourselves in that probably isn't our view of how we should reach people, but maybe it's a way that God can still use to reach people that we would not have reached otherwise. The reason why I think that is twofold. The first is inspired by Philippians. The Apostle Paul wrote this under house arrest, and he writes this in Philippians 1 verse 12. I want you to know, brothers, what's happened to me has really served to advance the gospel. So it's become known throughout the whole imperial guard and to all the rest that my imprisonment is for Christ. Paul's plan A was to go to the temple, preach about Jesus, and see people become Christians. However, he's under arrest. He's not living the plan A life he had, and he has to find an alternative way. And what happens is he continues to preach about Jesus. He actually connects with a whole bunch of different people he would never have connected with before, and they see their lives transformed by this message of Jesus. I wonder in this season, as we are forced to do things differently, will we actually reach a group of people who we've never reached through doing our regular Sunday services and our connect groups? Will actually doing church online, on Facebook and on Messenger and all the other platforms that it could be a way of connecting with people we have never seen before in church? You know, there is probably nothing easier than watching church for the first time from the comfort of your living room. Maybe it's a way of lowering those barriers to entry and connecting with new people. You see, I believe the Holy Spirit is still working through us and still moving the message of Jesus forwards. The gospel hasn't gone on lockdown. It's still connecting to people and causing lives to be transformed. Jesus' grace and love continues to be proclaimed wherever we proclaim it, and it will continue to set people's lives free and transform them for good. The second reason why I'm championing that is it's what's happened to us in the last couple of weeks. We've done church online for the first time 2 weeks ago, and then did it again last week, and both times people have shared the links with friends, with family. We've heard stories back from people who've said, hey, I watched that for the first time ever. I've never been to church, but I found the message really inspiring or encouraging, or the worship you guys did was incredible. I loved that. And I found that even though I've not been to church before, I really plugged in and liked it. We actually saw probably double the numbers of people connect with us online that we would have had in person in church. Even to the extent that 5 or 6 people have made decisions to follow Jesus. Now we're following up on those and reaching out to them and talking to them, but they put notes on afterwards saying, do you know what, that message was incredible and something spoke to me and I'd like to make that decision to follow after Jesus. And we've seen more people do that than what we would have seen if we'd actually been in person. So I'm blown away by how God is working through this season, how the fact that the gospel still moves forwards, and I encourage you, be sharing your links, be not disheartened or discouraged by this season, but actually think about it differently. How can God work through this season? How can the Holy Spirit work through you guys in this season to actually still build church, to still cause people's lives to be transformed, to still see miracles, to still see the good news of Jesus break out to people in your community? Thanks, guys.